And we're back at base, and we can go to these other stages if we want to, or we just go back to the final weapon. And this will be the final stage. We're already at the final stage. Which means we're going to refight the 8 Mavericks. And one cool thing is the teleporters here, they line up with their order on the stage select screen, so that's a nice touch. And it's Cyber Peacock. And it's time for lots of Spark Mandrill syndrome. Now, if you're quick, you can... Oh, I did not demonstrate it. If you're quick, you can catch him with 2 shots on this. Like that. Because if you notice, you only have 8 shots to start with. If you don't have the helmet upgrade, you will likely run out of soul body before killing him. But not if you can hit him with 2 shots on 1 attack. I kind of failed a couple times, so I would likely run out. Oh, hi. I guess I'll give you a sporting chance. But every time he's hit with the soul body, he stops whatever he was going to do and just vanishes. Let's go to this one. I should know who this is. It's Magma Dragoon. That's who it is. He's weak to the double Cyclone. And it makes him not difficult. And Charge Shot doesn't really do more damage to him. I like this boss battle music too. It's not horrible. Not as good as the intro boss fight music. Oh, come on, this isn't even a challenge. You just jump over me. We don't need those pickups. Let's go and battle Split Mushroom. You remember how difficult this guy was with all the stuff we had to dodge before? Well, if you use the lightning web, he just makes a lot of noise. Does he think our attack is cool? You don't even have to jump on the wall. You can just jump and launch it. And you can even launch it through him. Because as long as it touches him at some point from coming out of your buster, the web will damage him. So yeah, really easy. Let's finish him with this. And let's go to Slash Beast. Oh, come on, you're already going to start attacking us before I... Oh. He got damage on me. But, so the Ground Hunter will cause him to do his dash into the wall attack. You can get a couple shots off of him. And he's not challenging anymore. most Mavericks in the X series are not challenging when using their special weapons on them, due to the Spark Mandrill syndrome, which, as I've mentioned, I don't really like that. I'd prefer the special weapons to... Oh, we have green water now. I'd prefer the special weapons to just deal more damage to them, but not disrupt their pattern. Because when it disrupts their attack patterns like it does... Oh, that was bad. That's okay. We'll run into it. So the Frost Tower is Jet Stingray's weakness, and you can just jump up, launch it, and he'll freeze, and he'll never damage you. The green water is an interesting touch. But yeah, I'd prefer if he kept doing his attack, but just took more damage from this. Other than that, there's really not much else to fighting these Mavericks when you're using their weakness weapons. Let's battle Storm Owl. And his weakness is the aiming laser. So just get it to lock onto him, and it does a ton of damage. A lot of times just sweep it by with the up and down arrow. As long as the lock on there touches him, it will work. And then he'll fly off the screen. He'll launch a tornado that I'll get hit by. And then he'll be dead. Oh, Web Spider. His weakness is the Twin Slasher. Which does have an interesting use. You can actually cut down his web string and make him fall to the ground in the first half of the battle. It's kind of tricky to pull off. Yeah, like that. But then you can't damage him anymore. And does quite a bit of damage just knocking him down. It's fun. But yeah, he's Web Spider's probably the one who's least affected by the Spark Mandrill syndrome, especially his second half of attacks. Still doesn't make him too challenging, though. And who do we have? Oh, just Frosty over here. Okay, Frosty the Snow Walrus, let's do this. He's weak to the Rising Fire, which is not the most useful weapon for trying to hit him, because he doesn't really go above you, so you have to get really close to him in order to damage him. You never quite know where the hit detection boxes are, but you can stand on his one hand as he's coming towards you. And he's going to use a special attack, which will be weakened. Ow. Weakened a little bit since we used the fire on him. And it's weakened because notice how the ice spikes, they don't stick in the ground like they used to. So that's one difference when battling him with his weakness weapon. Alright, and now we can take the gold capsule, or teleporter. And we meet up with, who is this? It's Sigma. This is really amusing. It really is, X. You're Sigma. Hee hee hee. My plan to keep Repliforce and the Maverick Hunters at each other's throats worked perfectly. Double did a good job as a spy. Oh, so he was sent by Double. Why, you, hee hee hee, Repliforce are the fools this time. Now all that's left is to destroy Earth with the very weapon they made. No, I'll never let you do that. Try hard, X. Your life depends on it. And we get some refills before going to fight Sigma.